Hi friends. Hey friends. I have a unique video for y'all today. I was an engineer. I still somewhat use my engineering, but I'm more of a manager now. But I have a mechanical engineering degree. I'm about to get an MBA, so hopefully that means I won't ever have to do engineering again. Like the hard type of engineering, calculus and that type of stuff. But I have a pretty small calculator collection. And honestly, now you can get, when I was in school, no one used their phone as a calculator, but now you can get apps on your phone that are basically as good as any graphing calculator you'll have. So this first one is a calculator I still use in my job. In my job, I mostly have to do simple math. So I don't really need a graphing calculator or even most of this calculator I don't use. I just use these buttons right here that you use for simple math. Sometimes I use the parentheses, the negative sign. I never really square anything. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get into I'm gonna turn it on, and I really like this calculator because it's solar powered. And usually with calculators that are, if you go any more in depth with the calculator, if you need more functions to it, then it'll probably require batteries. So this is like the last step before you have to get a calculator with batteries. I think I've had this since my freshman year of college at least, possibly for pre-cal in high school. And it's really done well for me. Never really dies because it's solar powered. So I'm going to turn it on by pressing that on button right here. You can see now we have this little box. That means it's on and ready and it's flashing. It says DEG down here, which means it's if I make any calculation that involves degrees, it'll be in degrees. I don't remember. So if you're actually an engineer or like a math major, you're probably going to be very disappointed in my memory of all of these different functions, but I think it still provides a lot of relaxing sounds, similar to a keyboard. I know I like watching keyboard videos, so you can see. So this is what I love about this calculator, and a lot of scientific calculators do this, but if you press the up or down arrow, the up or down arrow, it'll show you recent history on equations you've done. So if I want to go back to an equation I did before and change, like this one, this is one I did recently. If I want to change just one number in the equation, then I can just go up and find that equation, and then if I wanted to change this 200 to 100, I would just go to that 200, type in 100, and it'll basically override it, press equal, and that'll give me 842.5, but that'll give me the answer, the solution for that equation. So I really like that it has this history. I don't think the history goes back very far, but it goes back far enough that if I'm doing a bunch of calculations one day, I can go back on the same day and try and change one of the numbers. So let's just go over the buttons. I'll do this for this one, maybe not for the harder calculators, but like I was saying, I really suggest this one if you don't need a graphing calculator. This is the guy to have for everything else. So we have your numbers down here. Got your numbers, and then I'm going to clear that. You have an equal sign, a plus sign, minus, multiplication, division. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's a dot or a period if you want to use decimals, and a negative sign down here. And then the equal sign, the plus sign, the negative sign, the multiplication, sorry, not negative, equals, plus sign, subtraction sign, multiplication sign, and division sign. So you can press clear up here. And like I said before, this is the on. If you want to turn it off, all of these buttons, you see they have blue, words and functions above them. If you want to be able to select the blue function, then you would go second, and you can see that this button says off above it, so you go off. Okay, so I don't know what this button means. Oh, it's if you want to use variables. A, B, C, D, E. I know if you don't like math, that might stress you out. I don't know what membar means. I think it's some type of memory thing. Like if you want to call out an E as a variable, then you would set it, but I'm not sure, and I don't want to tell y'all wrong. Squared function, very helpful. Also, division function, very helpful. Wait, is that division? No, square root, sorry. See guys, it's been a while since I've had to do like real math, but square root. You can take something to the -1 or the inverse with that button. Parentheses, really helpful. So if I wanted to do parentheses like 80 plus 80 divided by, and I want it to take, okay, I'm going to tell y'all what a percent difference is, but don't worry about it. So if I wanted to get the percent difference between 100 and 80, I would go 100 minus 80, and then I would need the division sign, and then I need to, it's 100 minus 80, yes, and then I need to average 180. So I should put another parenthesis in there. I think there's a way to insert. It's been a while since I've done that. Let's try this. Second insert, yeah. So I'm gonna put a second parenthesis there. I hope y'all can see this. If not, just listen to the nice sounds. So I put 2 parentheses in the front because I'm trying to take an average. So 100 plus 80 divided by 2 because there's 2 numbers. And then that should give us the percent difference, 0.2. So basically 22% difference. Sine, cosine, tangent. If you ever did geometry, you know what those are. You can take the inverse of all of them by pressing second inverse. Inverse sine. Remember that from school, right? You remember that from school. I don't know what stat var is. Stat error. I'm sure I did at one point. I don't know what data means. Oh, what is this? I don't remember. I know that I used to know what it means, but I don't know what that is either. So like basically all these up here, there's a delete, I understand that, and degrees. You can set it something to radians, degrees, or I don't know what GRD is. So. Also never need that anymore. You can take the log function or the, I think we used to call it lin function. And you can put a variable to an x, or a variable to, sorry, e to the 9th. I'm pretty sure e is a constant, but I don't know what it is exactly. And then 10, you can do 10 to the something, because that's something you need a lot when using a log function. Let's do some fun math. So if you're ever trying to fall asleep and you want to be bored out of your mind so that you're so bored that you fall asleep, you can start doing this thing I like to do where I just start with 1 and I go 1 plus 1. So you do 1 on itself equals 2. 2. And I see how far I can get, okay? So you got a 2 out of that. We're going to 2 plus 2 equals 4. So we got a 4. Equal 4 plus 4 equals 8. Still easy, right? It'll get harder in a second. 8 plus 8 equals 16. 16 plus 16 equals 32. 32 plus 32 equals 64. 64 plus 64 equals 128. Okay, this is usually where I get stuck. I think it's 128 plus 128. Let me guess, see if I'm right. Oh no, because it's a 6 on the end. 236, 128. 256. 128 plus 128. I was right. And in my opinion, if you can get past the 256 number, then you're an expert. So I'm not even going to try and do it mentally because it'll take me a second. But 256 plus 256 is 512. 512 plus 512 is 1024. This should be easy now, right? What's 1024 plus 1024? It's 2048. 1024 plus 1024 equals 2048. 2048 plus 2048 equals 4096. So, like I said, boring game to play, but it helps me fall asleep sometimes, so maybe it'll help you, and also you'll get better about doing math in your head, especially once you start getting to the bigger numbers. But you can also do it as a multiplication, so you can go 1 times 1 equals 1. 1 times 2 equals, so that's not how you're supposed to do it. Wait, that doesn't work, does it? You'd have to start with 2. 2 times 2 equals 4. 4 times 4 equals 16. 16 times 16 equals 256. 256 times 256 equals that really big number. And then you're kind of screwed unless you're very good at math, because there's no way that I could just do that in my head. 65,536. Anyways, I love this calculator. I used to have a pink one, I think from high school, and I destroyed it. I basically took this top part off and I would like get inside the calculator and like hide notes to people, not to cheat, just because I thought it was funny. Oh, we got an error. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14. Oh, I did 3 14s on accident. 15, 15, 16, 16, 17, 18, 18, 19, 20. Okay. So this is a Texas Instruments TI 30x 2s. I'm going to move on to the more in-depth calculators, and like I said before, I'm not going to have as much knowledge for those, but at one time I did. I graduated college 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that. So it's been a while since I've had to use these harder calculators. So this has a nice Texas Instruments. Let me see if you can see that. Yeah, you should be able to see that. It has this nice Texas Instruments little plot on it. And I forget what is the function that makes a plot like this, like a sine or something? It's battery, like I was saying. A lot of these larger calculators need batteries, but it's battery operated. Oh, that's probably a nice sound, yeah. Let's open and close it a few times. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's a little dusty because I haven't used it in a while. Let me blow it. Okay, so this is a Texas Instruments TI-83 Plus. What was the other one? A TI-30. So this is a TI-83 Plus. For this calculator, I had to get it for college, but honestly I found that plotting things on my computer was much easier than using a calculator like this. Even in engineering school, where it's like required to use calculators like this for tests and stuff, sometimes they would still let us use our computers. So the functions are very similar and in the same spots as the other calculator. You just have more plotting ability with these calculators. So let me turn it on. You can kind of see that, yeah. So this calculator, same setup like I said. You got a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, dot, negative sign. Negative sign is different than the subtraction sign. It's a little smaller. It's fun to make patterns with this one because it lets you write on this whole screen. Here, I'm just gonna write random stuff. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17, 18, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 20, 20. What year we're in. So yeah, you can see, I think you can just keep going and it'll, yeah, then you can scroll up like that. But yeah, so same setup, the numbers are down here. Then you have a enter sign instead of an equal sign, but it does the same thing. A plus sign, a subtraction sign, multiplication sign, division sign. I just realized I've been saying plus instead of addition, but it's fine. I mean, I sound dumber, but okay. And then I don't remember what this button does. This is the lin, log, exponentials. You can easily square something, which is nice. 8 squared. All you have to do is click the 8 and then the squared button. 2000 squared. Like that. And then press enter. So everything else is pretty much the same. You have apps, and I remember using them, but I don't remember what they do anymore, and I don't know if these are even, I know you can download apps. I just selected that one. Press a key. You can also download games, which I'm pretty sure was not allowed, but we did it anyways. So sig fig calculator unit converter. Oh, that's nice. There's a unit converter. Length. Interesting. See, I don't remember this. So what's 1 mile? Mile to... Oh, and you see how it says 1 e to the 0. E to the 0 is 1. Anything to the 0 is 1, I think. Let's try. Oh, wait, after we do this. But that's an engineering unit. Usually when you're in engineering school, that is how, I'm sorry, that's the bed squeaking. That is how you write numbers. Is you have the 1 e to the exponent, but you don't write it as an exponent, you just write 0. Okay, I'm getting way too far into this. So mil is mile, I'm assuming, to inches. Let's try that. Oh, I wonder if it's supposed to be mil. No. SSM. Okay. Mil. Million? No, it's supposed to be a length. Area? Okay, let's try one more. We'll try one more. 1, is this mile? Mile. 2, millimeter. Okay, that looks more right. Or does it? No. Okay, guys, I don't think I'm doing this right. We'll move on. So let me see if I can figure out how to get out of here. I think there's a quit right here, so I probably need to press second and quit. Second, quit. Second, quit. Exit. Okay, so here we go. Y equals this. So by pressing this button up here, it takes me to somewhere where I can plot something. So let me try y equals, can I just do an x plus 2 graph. It's a straight line, and if you remember anything about math, it goes through 2 on the x and y. If you remember anything about math and plotting. That's about all I'm going to show you guys. I don't really get that far into it. So yeah, this is a good calculator to have. I think they're pretty expensive. And it's kind of annoying when schools require them of you if they're really expensive, but I'm sure there's some schools that have a program where they'll just buy them for you. Shall we play that game? Shall we play that game one more time? Okay, so 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 4 plus 4 equals 8. 8 plus 8 equals 16. 16 plus 16 equals 32. 32 plus 32 equals 64. 64 plus 64 equals 128. 128 plus 128 equals 256. 256 plus 256 equals 512. 512 plus 512 is, let me guess, 1024. And also, now that I noticed this, you can see that when you press enter, you get that equation. I think if I wanted to, no, I can't go up. How do I go to the last equation? Okay, won't worry about it right now. But you can have multiple equations on the same screen, which is pretty nice. So you can see 64, 128, 256, 512. It's 1024. 1024 plus 1024 equals, let me guess again, 2048. 2048 plus 2048. Okay, I'll try it. Let me try and get this one. So 8 plus 8 is 16, 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9. So you have a 96. That'd be 4096. Do y'all think that's right? Oh, yeah. 4096 plus 4096. So 6 plus 6 is 12. 9 plus 9 is 18, 19. So you have a 92 on the end, and then 81, 92. Wow, guys. I'm impressed with myself today. 8192 plus 8192. Okay, we're getting in the big digits now, so I'm gonna not guess on that one. 1634. 1634 plus 1634 equals 3268. That was not right. See? I wonder if I can go back and correct it. I don't know how to do that on this calculator, guys. We'll do it again. 16384 plus 16384 equals 32768. Okay, so I think that's enough of this guy. But yeah, there's some more functions up here. Window, where you can do your min and max for your plot, kind of like how you can in Excel. There's a zoom function for plots. Trace, so I can move along this line. Oh, I thought I could, yeah. Move along this line with these buttons and see what my coordinates are. So right there, the x is 63.638 and the y is 1, or negative 0.638, and the y is 1.36. So yeah, if you can see that little dot moving, which is helpful. And then graph, I think you can, let me try this, 8x plus 8 graph. Okay, that just brought me back to the graph. It didn't actually graph it. You have to go here to graph it. Okay, well, okay, so this is the TI-83 Plus. I'm gonna turn them off so I don't waste the battery. Can undo it. I have one more, guys, to show you. And it was my husband's in college. So this guy has a different case. Still uses AA batteries. Let me see if I can get in here, yeah. Or AAA, sorry, 4 AAA batteries. See a website you can go to. I think Texas Instruments has pretty much a monopoly on calculators, and I'm not accusing them of anything. I think they just make really good calculators, so everyone buys them. So this, like I was saying, was my husband's in college. You can see it's a little dirty. He probably kept it in his backpack along with like his snacks and stuff, so I'm sure it was dirty. And it looks like it's been through a lot, but I think it's the only calculator he had, so he probably used it a lot. Unlike me, I had a couple. So similar to the other one, it has this case that you can take on and off to protect the screen. And let me make sure I'm focused for you guys. So someone wrote a note to him in here at one point, I think. You can see that? You see that? I don't know what it said. I probably just saw a cut right there, and that is because my camera decided to stop recording. It does that after a long time because it's a DSLR, so it's not really meant to record for that long. But I know that we were, whenever it stopped recording, we were on will have a calculator of my husband's. Something fun about this calculator is if I go to apps, I think Nolan has games in here. I'm scrolling down right now. It should be obvious with Puzzle Pack. I think he downloaded these from a computer, which is totally something my husband would do. It'd be play games during class, but look like he's working. Let's try Dino Puzzle. Oh. Can you see that? They're moving. Am I supposed to get them? I'm not sure. Oh, do I move it? I bet there's a way to move them. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'll go exit. Now, I think I'm gonna just press clear. Yeah, I can clear out of there. But yeah, that's fun. Probably wouldn't be allowed in high school, but I don't think professors don't really care when you're in engineering school. By the way, engineering school is really hard, so if you want to be an engineer, just know that those 4 years of your life, you're not gonna sleep at all. It's a good degree to have because it's always going to be needed, but and it's a good launch pad to, like, I'm getting my MBA this year, for things like an MBA or a finance degree. Engineering looks good as any undergraduate, but let me tell you, you'll take like the hardest math courses that exist in the world, so you better be ready. And physics is pretty freaking hard. But yeah, I don't feel like we need to go through all of these buttons because they're basically the same. This one's just the newer, prettier version of my calculator, and probably the more expensive version. That's some texture right there. See, up here is where you would plug this into a computer so you can put like different apps and games and stuff on it. Because we were allowed to have these for tests, a lot of people would get apps, and I'm sure that these type of graphing calculators were somewhat new, and also our professors were really old, so people could cheat with them. In engineering, it doesn't really help you that much to cheat because every problem is different, so it's not like you can memorize something. So I don't think the professors necessarily cared that much. In fact, most engineering tests are open book because every situation that you're trying to solve is different, so nothing in your book is going to have the exact situation that's on the test. I really like the sound of these buttons. Let's just do a few. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place with this one, huh? 4 plus 4 equals 8. 8 plus 8 equals 16. 16 plus 16 equals 32. 32 plus 32 equals 64. 128. 256. 512. 1024. 2048. 4096. 8192. 1630. 16,384. $32,768. $65,536. We'll stop there. I think that's where I stopped last time, wasn't it? So yeah. Really nice sounding calculator. I feel like I might use this in this specific one in trigger videos in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a lot different than what I usually have on my channel. Please subscribe. I'm just a young YouTuber and I'm really thankful for the people that have subscribed, because you'll always be the first subscribers I've ever had, and that means a lot. And thank you for all the kind comments and ideas for new videos. Yeah. I hope you have the best day or the best night, and even if it hasn't been the best, I hope you'll find some peace in knowing that only you can get you through whatever you're going through, and you're strong enough, you're kind enough, and you're wise enough. And I'm here for you, whatever you need. Alright, let's put this guy away. Oh, I need to turn it off. Second. Off. And we will put it to bed. Alright, thank you so much everyone for watching. I will see you next week, okay? I'll keep posting on Sundays so that they're expected. Bye guys.